Now let's talk about Brady versus Rodgers. Tom Brady will face Aaron Rodgers in week 3. In the last 20 years, Brady and Rodgers are the most profitable quarterbacks in the NFL against the spread. Brady is covering about 59%, Rodgers covering about 58%. If you bet $100 on Brady on the money line in the last 20 years, you'd be up $5,000. Same goes for Rodgers. You'd be up about $3,000. I mean, Brady has been in the league longer than Rodgers. That's a little bit unfair there, but both of them cover. But there's also no game in NFL history that has featured starting quarterbacks with 6 combined Super Bowl MVPs until Sunday's game between the Packers and the Bucs, I was going to say, and Tom Brady, but that also goes too. Brady and Rodgers, also the 4th quarterback matchup in the NFL history with 7 combined NFL MVP awards. There's a lot of hardware that's going to be on the field. What do you think of this game? It's interesting because there's not a lot of receivers on either team that are going to be available for these MVP caliber and MVP winning quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned it there, right? All the hardware, all the accolades, the rings that Brady has. I know Rodgers has one, but both of these teams are decimated with injuries. And then you take a look at the Buccaneers. I know we'll talk about this game a little bit later, but Buccaneers are really struggling keeping guys healthy right now, whether it's been in the offensive line. We saw about the issues that they had during training camp and in the first week of the season. A lot of guys, as far as the latest injury report, guys like Julio Jones, Rashad Perriman, those guys are not practicing up until Thursday. There's also injuries on the Packers side. So we expect when we talk about, teams like the Buccaneers and the Packers and how these quarterbacks are just going to make any throw to any person or any receiver, we expect points. But I think this is going to be more of a rock fight between these two players or in these two teams. But I think we kind of got to step back and just kind of appreciate just watching these two quarterbacks go up against each other because, like you mentioned, Katie, they are.
Could be the last time.
Yeah, it possibly could be the last time because these are generational talents like quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. I know he doesn't have the rings to back it up, but he's still, back-to-back MVP winner. He's had the division titles. Tom Brady, his resume speaks for himself. So I'm excited just to watch these two quarterbacks just kind of go at it. It's probably, like you mentioned, it's probably one of the last times to see it. So I just think you got to kind of sit back and enjoy watching these two guys go at it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, but I think it's really going to be a rock fight. Maybe the first to 20 points is going to win this game. But yeah, I think it should be an exciting game.
I do too. And it's kind of sad to think about that unless both of these teams make it to the NFC Championship game, which I'm not sure that both of them will, this could be the very last time that we see these quarterbacks go against each other. Yeah. And it is going to be so interesting because you're going to see them, without their top receivers. Like Mike Evans is suspended. Godwin's injured. Julio Jones, as you just said, didn't practice this week. Offense will probably go through Leonard Fournette for the Bucs, but he's also nursing a little bit of a hamstring injury. He's been limited with practice. Packers, they also don't have a lot of people. Cobb is out. Lazard is out. So you're going to see how good these quarterbacks really are. And I agree with you. They can throw to anyone, but not everyone can catch, as we saw week 1 with the Packers. So I think this is going to be a big defense game, and we'll get into that more in picks.
Yep. I think that, we'll talk about the picks as well, but I think it's going to have to be the Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon show for the Green Bay Packers. And whether that's running the football or, short passing games, screen pass, things like that, I think that's what's going to have to be for the Packers.